Is your microphone on?
Where are we? Good thing it wasn't on a microphone.
Right there.
That you're supposed to have in your hand.
Yep, make sure it's on.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to From the Ashes Radio. Glad to have you. Thanks for being a part of the show. All that cool stuff. Welcome to From the Ashes Radio. I'm Rob. This is my highly attractive co-host. Everybody knows him as One Shot. Welcome to the show. I'm trying to make my seat go up. Is it not? Are we not plugged in today?
No, you're plugged in. It's moving. The headrest is moving.
Oh, so I got the wrong button. I love this chair. Oh, there it is.
I told you.
There it is.
The bunker is set up for success.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are broadcasting live from our super secret location. Thank you for being a part of From the Ashes Radio. I need to get a few notes out of the way. A couple things. First of all, thank you very much for being a part of the show. We really appreciate it. Seth, I really like your hat, dude.
You've seen this hat before, right?
I have seen that hat before, but and I like that you have general rank on it.
Is there general rank on it? Well, I am kind of.
You are like a 4-star.
I'm the general boss.
That's awesome. So tonight we have on the show, we have a chiropractor named Dr. Gaines. He's going to talk to you all about getting rid of them aches and pains and what he does for veterans and things like that. I'll bet he does not have one of those chairs that you have.
He might. It's chiropractic approved.
It's absolutely incredible.
Oh.
It was literally massaging my bunghole before we got on it.
It gets friendly.
Yes, it does.
She never clicks in, but
does it have lips? If you know what I mean, and I think you do.
The funniest was Heather after was out here teaching a seminar at the academy, and she went and got in it, and she was in it for about 10 seconds. Also, she's like, "Whoa, hey!" It was the funniest reaction I've seen out of anybody, but everybody kind of has a reaction like, "Whoa!"
Because my reaction was, "Oh yeah, that's the spot." What you got? There,
Your mic's not on.
My mic is not on.
Yeah, Blackman is saying that your mic isn't on. How
Is
about
my
now?
mic on now, Mr. Blackman? Can you hear me now? I'm sure that you can actually. Do you see like dots and stuff, Ragnar, bouncing up and down over there?
Now I think they can hear you.
We are professionals, ladies and gentlemen. We have Ragnar with us, and we have Pipes as part of the crew tonight.
You really just did all that without the mic being on?
I did.
Yes, he just gave a full intro with.
Oh my! And I gave him this because I thought he had some
See what
microphone
happens when
control.
you step away.
We have a full house tonight here at the super secret location, which is my absolute favorite. So we have Dr. Gaines. He's going to be on tonight in probably about an hour or so. In just a little while, we are going to hear from. What do you got? Don't hit me! Don't hit me! I bruise easily.
You'll like it.
I'm a delicate little flower. Ow! Don't slap the Lysol can.
You definitely got some fly blood on your big toe. You see it?
I do. I feel like a murderer. I like that. I'm down with that. What else we got? And then of course, Allie is going to come talk to us tonight. And she has a super long segment tonight, about 30 minutes long, because we are going to talk about the newly passed PACT Act that applies to the veteran community, and she wants to spend some time on it. So, couple things tonight. I have a video. I recorded an interview earlier this week with a group called Team Unleashed, who is doing a CrossFit event at CrossFit Loop in Castle Rock, Colorado on September 10th. They will be competing in the Do More Charity Challenge. What's up? What are you giving me the finger for? Or is that not that finger? It's the other finger. So on September 10th is the Do More Charity Challenge, which supports the Freedom Pause, I believe it is. Hold on a second. I got to reach stuff. Oh, God. I got to reach all our goodies. They are working out to raise funds for Freedom Service Dogs. What do you got? Freedom Service Dogs.
I can really tell when you talk into the mic and not right now.
I'm working on it.
And
I'm
the
working
only
on
one
it.
in the room that can.
Hey, first of all, how was your weekend?
It was outstanding.
What-
How was yours?
What'd you do? Anything fun?
I moved rock.
Oh, I saw. That's a lot of rock in the super secret location. That looks like it sucked.
It sucked.
Did it?
Even with the tractor, it sucked.
All
I'm
the
telling you, yesterday I worked for like 10 minutes, and I was like, no, I'm just gonna sit there for like 2 more days until I rest up.
So Friday night, I went out with our awesome president of the board, Randy. And after a few beers and a few cocktails and a few cups of happiness, we ended up at a place called Purgatory Wine Cellars in Castle Rock. Ever been?
No, never even heard of it.
Ragnar, ever been?
No, but I'm interested now.
You are interested. Guess what they do on Friday nights?
What?
Karaoke.
What's that?
That's
Drunken
when
Okie?
yes, exactly. And just so you know, our president of our board is just a small town girl living in a lonely world.
Oh yeah.
Yes, he is.
Do you have video?
Oh, yeah, that was the next word.
I
out of my
do,
mouth.
but my life was threatened if I shared it on air. He says I am not an on-air personality. I am a behind-the-scenes guy. So, but his wife was very encouraging about posting it. So I have to decide who I'm more afraid of before I share those pictures and video.
Well, you can always just start with those of us in the room when we go out there.
So, do you know when you go? You guys call it karaoke or karaoke? How do you say it?
Karaoke.
Karaoke. Why is Guns N' Roses on there? Who looked at Axl Rose one day and was like, "You have an amazing singing voice. Have you ever thought about singing in a band?"
There's a lot of songs that you can do that shouldn't be there. Come on, let's be real.
Have you done karaoke?
Yeah, for me it was more prospect-ioki because I
Oh,
had
yeah.
no choice in the matter, and they chose the songs that I would sing.
What did they make you sing?
We don't have to go into that, but one of these days we'll dig up the video of Hatchet and I when we had to go sing duets.
Oh, I'm down. That is outstanding. That is outstanding. See, that's my kind of prospecting. Hey, so if September 10th, if you're bored, head to CrossFit Loop. Go cheer on Team Unleashed. I will be sharing the video interview after the show tonight. If you can tell me, text me, message me, whatever it is, on the From the Ashes Radio Facebook page. I have a whole stack of these stickers from Freedom Service Dogs. If you can tell me the 4 team members of Team Unleashed, you can earn 1 or 2 of these sweet ass American Freedom Service Dog stickers, and I will happily share them with you. I also have, and I'll save it, a sweet koozie from our good friends and a sticker from our good friends at Hunt Lift Eat that I will happily share with you folks. And I haven't decided what I'm going to do to give that away to you guys yet, so we'll figure that part out. So, have you ever been to the Hunt Lift Eat website?
No.
Highly recommend it. Good stuff. You would love it, Ragnar. It's good stuff.
Okay, so when we're done, you'll have to show me.
Yes, some good stuff. And you can never have enough beer koozies. So, all right. So that's some of our administrative notes. What else we got? So I got a couple of messages over the past week. First, I got a lot of messages actually. Most of them asking if we are really sponsored by Lysol. We are not yet anyway.
This is not an officially licensed product.
That's exactly right. But I got a couple of messages from some folks in the Marine Corps who talked about their time in Afghanistan. And they talked about how their element had been pinned down for a length of time, and they were able to move and evacuate their peers and their fallen brothers because the American Army snipers provided cover.
Imagine that.
So people were very excited to hear about your prior career before you got into radio.
So what you're telling me is a bunch of Army snipers saved a bunch of Navy boys.
Yeah, it's exactly.
I just wanted to clear up exactly what you
that is.
said.
So they were a little bit more heartfelt when they expressed that. Let's put it that way. But to all of our friends and family in the long distance shooting world in the United States military, just know that you are loved and appreciated more than you know. You probably goes unthanked a lot of the time, but people listen to this show and they appreciate what you did while you were deployed. So well done to you.
I appreciate what you did because we need patched up a lot.
Yeah,
So-
I do
And
what I can.
speaking of long distance here, you look over your right shoulder. You see who that is, right?
I do.
Okay.
That is the one, the only Chris Kyle.
Yep.
How do you have that picture?
A really good friend of mine who's a big military supporter, civilian, but he was at an art show, and this guy does portraits of fallen heroes and service members. And
That's-
so we found that and picked it up.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah,
There's nothing I like more than veteran art. I love veteran art.
it's very cool. And
On November 7th, if you are on Instagram, ladies and gentlemen, go What does that look for, man? You're looking at me like my wife looks at me as she knows I took the last piece of cake. Why are you looking at me like that? What?
We got to talk into the microphones, gentlemen.
Am I not?
When you're talking like this, we can hear each other perfectly, but no one in that can hear you. So you got to kind of
Just remember, these aren't
at least
headsets. It doesn't.
it has
turn
to follow
you.
with you.
Uh,
So while we're talking about this beautiful
Sorry.
picture on the wall,
So
no one's hearing anything over here.
I am.
I was just thinking how
semi-pro.
much you guys need at least one little earbud in so you can hear yourselves kind of talk when you can hear yourself and not.
Ladies and gentlemen, how do we sound? Can you hear us? If there's anything we can do other than what Brandon or Pipes is already yelling at me about, please, by all means, let us know. We love your comments and your interactions, so please keep them coming. Let's see here. What do we got? We got a lot of comments already. Rob, fix your mic. Thank you. I appreciate that, Joe Allen. And
We
the
are
banner.
professionals.
Slow down. No, I will not. You sound like my wife. Rob, so looking like Biggie Smalls laying back. You're damn right I am. Rob needs a bigger shirt or to put a coat over that tank under his boobs. It is a fuel cell. Thank you very much. Why are you guys? Why? Why are you guys like this? Why are you making fun of my wife because she's a chubby chaser? Huh?
Nobody's making fun of anybody.
Huh? Why are you
Hey,
making fun of my poor
Hey,
wife?
We're laughing with you, not at you.
Phil, like getting into a seated position hurts him. Oh, I already got people. Team Unleashed, Victoria Candor. That is correct, Craig Stackowitz. That is one. So give me a few more, and we got you covered. Sounded winded, but great. I'm not winded.
He had to walk downstairs.
Sounds like Craig. So Craig Stackowitz really is a big fan of the show and listens very regularly. We should have him on the show at some point. But he is quick to help out with our things like when we start talking with Allie and all that stuff. But yeah, you just earned yourself a sticker. So I got 3 more. I'm happy to hand out if people can give me the names of Team Unleashed competing in the Do More Charity Kit Challenge on September 10th. So if you were on Instagram, go check out Invader Girl on Instagram and check out some of her art. She is a prior service veteran. She will be on the show on November 7th. So, and I love veterans who are producing art. I love the war, the art of war is some of my favorite stuff. On October 3rd, we are going to have, and another one of my favorites, we are going to have Chief Danny Moore. Chief Danny Moore is currently running for lieutenant governor in the state of Colorado. So he did 24 years in the Navy. He is going to come on the show and he's going to talk to us about veterans running for elected office. And for those of you that haven't heard, yes, I am still campaigning for president. We are going to ramp this campaign up. I will be elected president of the United States is it 2024 is our next election?
Yes.
Excellent. And I only have 2 platforms for my campaign, and that is legalize lane splitting for motorcycles
I'm behind you 100%.
and abolish the Department of Veterans Affairs. So that is if you ask,
very good platforms.
I agree completely, and it resonates with all of the American people, no matter where you live.
Absolutely.
So yeah, 3 October, Chief Danny Moore running for lieutenant governor in the state of Colorado, and 7 November we have Invader Girl and her art. So I'm kind of looking forward to it. Go on to Instagram right now, like her art. Some of it is some pretty cool stuff. Let's see what else we got. And we have Phil. So Phil is in the waiting room and waiting to come in. What are you looking at me like that for?
The computer's looking at you. It's all in your hands.
Hold
I'm
on,
just
hold on.
hanging out over here.
I love this thing. All right, hold on. I can do this. Let me bring him in. You have a mouse, and that's right here. Oh, there we go. Add to stream. Ladies and gentlemen, you have your very own Philip Blackman. Look at that. That is a crisp salute. Can you hear us okay, Phil?
Half man, half amazing. How you doing, boys?
Oh, but because Brandon's got the headphones on, none of us can hear him.
Oh, that's right. Man,
I'm glad
Give-
it out the way it did.
Phil, give me 30 seconds right here.
You don't get 30 seconds. That's awesome.
Good
Remember,
Lord.
folks, we are professionals. Keep the mic close to your mouth, but don't worry about the speakers. Well,
Oh man, this is like watching a one-man rock fight. My
Yes,
goodness.
I'm not very bright. So hang on, he's working on it. What's he doing? He's pusting out. What do you what are
What
you
is
doing?
this?
We can't just unplug the headphones that we got? That doesn't work that way? Oh,
So you can make the
We are
adjustments in the settings.
literally like you have one side and I have the other.
You guys are about to share.
Oh man, this is about to get great.
Hey, just turn your earphones out, right? I mean, look,
Phil is
look,
talking, but no one can hear him. Is my favorite.
do
part.
this.
That's okay.
I think
Don't you
the
worry.
listeners can hear him, just not
That's
us.
all the. All right. So Phil,
Oh, wait,
long
there's
story.
an extended cord.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Oh,
Phil, that's a nice headset you got there.
I feel like I'm on like 9 News or something.
Oh
Phil,
my
can you hear me? Okay?
God. Man,
Oh, I
this
can hear
is
you now,
this
too.
is amazing.
This is. I love technology.
Good
All right.
Lord.
Well, welcome to From the Ashes, Philip Blackman. How the heck are you?
Oh shit! If I was any better, I'd be twins. How are y'all?
We are better now that you are here. That's the important part.
Well, that's because I'm half man, half amazing. That's why.
And
Everything I
incredibly
touch.
modest. So, for those that don't know, we have started a brand new platform called About Face Radio. All of our DJs have ported over. We're going to bring you back all the great shows that you're used to, including the Swisher Show is starting pretty soon. Max Waite is coming back. He'll be on in the mornings. We got DJ Sagittarius. You can walk with DJ Sagittarius if you have not already, folks. I highly recommend that. But one of our premier DJs is the Philip Blackman Show. Phil, welcome to it. Tell us about the Philip Blackman Show. You got 5 minutes. Tell us about the show and tell us when it's on.
All right, so hell, I ain't gonna need all 5 minutes. So look, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 5:00 p.m. Central Standard Time, because that's the only one that matters here in Texas. When we talk Mondays, we really beat up, we really try to beat into people's head Mental Health Monday, because it's necessary. We got we need to try to remove the stigma of mental health, obviously. And then Wednesday, I try to pick a real controversial topic, one that's going to piss people off. Usually politics gets it done. And then Fridays, I do like a media mashup where I cover all the news that is news across the nation. Trying to pick a fight. And so far, out of 281 episodes as of today, I can't get anybody to call my show to pick a fight with me. I can't even get people to pick a fight in my chat section. It's a little disconcerting, but hey.
I'll be there for you. I will be there for you.
Well, I try to never go to a battle of wits with an unarmed man, Pipes, but in your case, I'll make an exception.
Oh, it's a tough crowd out here, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I got some friends that would love
I mean, in a good Christian way.
Conversations with you. So, well, Phil, all right. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Don't forget to tune in. If you missed Mental Health Monday, we already shared it on the About Face Radio page. Please go there, give it a listen. Comment. Phil does read your comments, and he likes to argue with people. So I highly encourage that. So, Phil, thank you so much for being a part of From the Ashes. And we'll see you on Wednesday evening on your show.
Hey, real quick, Pipes needs to, when y'all go back to the single screen, Pipes, do Rob a favor and put that overlay back up to hide that big old tank he's got underneath his chest there. Help the man
I think
out.
you're going to see that Buddha belly right there.
I say it again.
Get rid of it.
Why are you making fun of my wife for being a chubby chaser?
Hey, well, I will say this to you guys, to Rob and Seth, guys, you do an amazing program. I would love to have you two guys come on my show at some point. But guys, thank you so much for standing up from the ashes, from About Face Radio, and truly giving veterans a voice, man. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much.
Wouldn't be able to do without you. Thanks for being on, Phil. Really appreciate it.
All right, guys. Out here.
Got it.
Y'all be cool.
Have a great night, man.
Yes, sir.
Look at us. So nothing but good stuff. So yeah.
Into the mic.
Have you talked to Phil before?
No, that was actually the first time I've talked to him. I've watched his show a few times.
He puts on a real good show. I love.
When I just said right when you told me earlier he's coming on today, I was like, I meant to message him because I was listening to one of his shows, and I think we were stationed in the same place during the same years.
That is probably very accurate. It is a small world, is the way I'll say it.
Small world. So.
Eric Reed, why you picking on us, man? Why are you making fun of the show? Thanks for listening, by the way. Worst porn ever. That is not accurate at all. As a fine connoisseur of adult films on the internet, I will tell you I have seen much worse than this show. Some I'm not proud of, but that's not the important part. Let's see here. Hey, folks, so check it out. Like Phil talked about, About Face Radio has been stood up, and we are now. You got that fly swatter, homie?
Yeah,
Let me see that thing for a second. Oh,
it's your turn
now. It is a veteran-based not-for-profit. It survives entirely on donations, and I would tell you that right now, we are entirely self-funded. So my board of directors is coming out of pocket right now to make things happen and get things stood up. Our DJs are making donations and standing up and donating equipment and things like that. Thank you very much to WTF Nation Radio. We really appreciate all of your support. Hold on one second, folks. Bam!
You straight-laced killer.
I did. I steely-eyed. You see that? Well, when you're in the super secret location, it comes with some byproducts, and that includes the fly collection. So yeah, our DJs, our board of directors are currently self-funding everything. Please, if you have Venmo, please go on to dig out on Venmo About Face Radio. If you have it in your heart to make a donation and help us out, we're not looking for much. All it takes is like $500 to get a radio station stood up. And I realize that's a lot for some people.
Well, no, I thought you were when you first said that, I was like, I thought you were like, all it takes is like 500 from each of you.
Yeah.
I saw it
Just
coming.
500 from everyone listening.
Well, a few of our listeners have donated as well. So Jimmy Davis, thank you so much for your donation. Jake Swedensky, thank you very much for your donation. We really appreciate it. It has gone to funding Standing Up Our Not-for-Profit, and it has gone to funding. We're not there for equipment yet. We're still working on that part. That would be a huge help. But it has helped us get on the platforms that you are currently watching us on. So Jimmy Davis, Jake Swedensky, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Again, I got a bunch of stickers to give away, so if people want them.
Craig just asked if we have Zelle, and I don't have the answer to that. Do you?
We do not currently have Zelle. We have PayPal, and we have what's the other one we have? We have PayPal and Venmo is what we have right now. But the website, which again our board of directors is self-funding, is currently being stood up, and there will be a link on that website where you can click and you can donate directly to the organization. So. Setting the ambience for two guys, one headset. Now that would be the worst porn you've ever seen.
So Stax is asking for that PayPal address.
It is PayPal. I can dig that out before the show ends. I will find the PayPal address. I know our treasurer sent it to me.
You should know all that before you start asking for their money.
I should.
Really?
I have it, but it's all like tied up. So I have it. I will put it out. I mean, it's PayPal. How hard can it be to find?
Not bad. Just need the username.
Yeah. It's About Face Radio.
About Face Radio.
Yeah, everything's About Face
on
Radio.
everything. Venmo, PayPal.
Yep, everything. So yeah, really appreciate it. And if you have already donated, we really appreciate it. You've been a huge help. And thanks again to WTF Radio for their donations of equipment and getting us stood up and helped out. Who am I forgetting? We've had a lot of help lately. Who else has helped us out? Carla
Panda
Best.
Rolls.
Panda Rolls. Panda Rolls is always helping. Panda Rolls is always keeping us hooked up. So yeah. What else? That's basically it. We got a lot of good stuff coming up and a lot of good stuff going on. Trying to think of what else. I can't think of anything else right now. So we're in good shape. We've had Phil talk.
Do we have a what the moment?
No, not really. Not really. I mean, there's been some pretty amazing stuff lately in the news. I don't know if you've tracked some of it. Like, I don't know if you follow like Task and Purpose or OAF Nation, any of those guys.
I pay attention to about everything.
You know, we're getting Vincent Rocco Vargas on the show.
I don't know who Vincent Vargas is.
He was one of the original founders. Oh, there we are. We're back up. I don't know what just happened, but we're back up. Probably an internet thing.
So, interweb.
What is it?
Interweb.
Interwebs. Yeah. All right.
So when is he coming on the show?
I'm aiming for November.
Okay.
So have you ever seen the show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
was a
mean,
diehard like Sons of Anarchy.
Really?
and Just moved into Mayans, obviously, but yeah.
so I am too. I recognize that it is a soap opera for adult males.
Yes,
That's
it
all
is
it is.
literally
Adult male
a-
bikers.
an evening biker soap opera.
It-
But
it's exactly what it is.
they blow up a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
shoot each other, and those are my kind of shows.
It is. It is. Well, on the Mayans show, they have, and I assume it's because of him that they have tackled the PTSD thing pretty well, and it's very impressive to me.
Well, they also have. Oh man, why am I blanking on his name? The referee from UFC, Beltran.
Yes, they do. Mike Beltran
Yes, and he
and all his facial hair glory. Well, he was on the show.
is he not anymore?
I don't want to spoil it for anybody. He didn't do so well one.
Okay, I haven't watched. I don't think this entire last season.
Oh, I'm not spoiling anything for you. Then I'm not
Okay.
telling you anything about Face Radio, PayPal. Nothing pops up. All right, I will get it figured out. Feed drop. Oh, we dropped the feed. Yeah, we knew that.
Must be that satellite-based internet or something.
This exact. Does anybody else in the room follow like Task and Purpose or OAF Nation?
Do not.
So I like to make fun of the Navy because they're the Navy. And you see that they bought a whole bunch of those super high speed, super secret crafts called the Littoral.
No,
And
I
they
honestly don't know what that is.
They served in the Navy for 2 years at like something like $42 million a piece, and now they're mothballing them.
Why?
I'm so glad that was your reaction.
Jeez.
That's pretty close to right. That's exactly
And
right.
here I try and save money on diesel in the military.
I-
Like, hey, now let's wheel up over there. It's 10 cents less, okay?
Well, and that's why I bring it up because I mean, here's my active duty reserve component counterparts who are probably begging for pens, like literally begging for pens and paper, and you can't use the copy machine because you don't have the right login, and they're mothballing a $42 million ship.
They're too cheap to send our P.
To
They're
what?
cheap to send our P.
Send RP. What does that mean?
Like drug test?
Oh,
The P's
They
just
can't
sitting in
afford
a
the drug
locker.
t-
Yeah,
Are
because they're
you
not willing
serious?
to buy the FedEx label to ship it. Yeah. Welcome to the 994.
wow.
We're gonna mothball some $42 million boats that we got last year.
And they can't afford to send your pee to the lab?
Nope.
I feel like that's a huge problem.
It's okay. We'll send in like 4 or 5 months. You just let it sit over there.
I'm
I
not
just feel bad
sure
for
that's
the sorry
allowed.
person that has to go in there 2 years later to clean that closet out.
Oh.
Stacked to the shell.
All right,
So-
so listen, I'm not a boatman.
Uh-huh.
I think you know that.
I do.
Okay. I like my feet firmly attached to the ground. I don't like
Nah.
being in the air. I don't like being on the wall. I'm good. Like,
Nah.
I can see you
All
in a canoe, kind of racing down the lakeside.
in the creek in my backyard,
yeah,
maybe.
exactly.
So what does this $42 million boat do?
Those
Nothing
boats.
anymore.
Well, I mean, nothing
Oh, we are getting lit up right now. So
Oh, what do we do?
those boats had 2 separate contractors build different parts, and well, shit didn't work as well as wanted. And P budget is different than boat maintenance budget. Yeah, no kidding.
Yep.
Oh God, I love our military. I don't. They audited the Pentagon, and they were like, "Yeah, no, we're not down with that." I love it.
I can see that. Yeah.
You
We
gotta
need to
love the
audit
puzzle.
Fort Knox. That's an interesting sounding one. Hasn't been done since 72.
I believe it.
Yeah.
So I've been to Fort Knox. I went to recruiter school at Fort Knox,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks just like you'd expect that it would, with razor wire everywhere, lights, dudes walking around, guards, all that stuff. I guarantee you, dude, I'll bet you there's a roll of 50-cent pennies in that side behind that thing.
And that's the secret they're hiding.
That's exactly
Yeah.
that's what they're guiding. That's exactly what they're guarding. There's a quarter in the center of the vault, and it says, "If found, return to sender." I believe every word of it. But yeah, the amount of money that they waste on things, like you were talking about, you're handing in a whole bunch of equipment and whatnot. Is it
Yep.
useful equipment?
Nah.
Not really.
It's time to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But we did just send a truck out to get a Blue Force tracker put in it
Mhm.
and sent back. And like a week later, it's a replacement showed up. So now we have to send them both back out to get the Blue Force tracker taken from the old truck into the new truck. And the truck they put it in was in lieu of.
yeah.
So, we have a soft skin where we're supposed to have an up armor. It was in lieu of for like 6 years.
When did you join the Army? What year?
2009.
Okay, so do you remember when Donald Rumsfeld said, "Hey, we go to war with the army we have, not the army, or with the army we have, not the army we want"?
I know. Yeah, I know that quote.
Yeah, and so when we went over in 2003, everybody was rolling heavy in all the Humvees that you probably have now that are just basically canvas doors, canvas tops, things like that.
Yep. Yeah.
And so soldiers were, I don't know if you remember this, it was probably right about your time. Soldiers were going through scrap yards once they got to Iraq and like welding in plates into the bottom of Humvees because IEDs were just decimating us.
We
Yep.
started getting our asses blown off.
Yeah, literally.
So it was sandbag,
Yeah,
sandbag
sandbag.
the back of the 998s, bolt on whatever item you could find.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got there at a good time. The Max Pros had come out, the JLTVs came out,
Oh, I mean,
like the new one, whatever the hell that thing's called.
war is great
Yeah.
for defense contractors. They just started
Mhm.
dumping funding into it and people getting all kinds of craziness. But yeah, I mean, when we started, and that's just it. And here we are. We're a nation now that we're no longer as deployed as we were. And we still have people in harm's way, folks. Wear your red on Fridays. Yeah, and it's all falling apart. There's a book called, I think it's called The Bear Went Over the Mountain. And it talks all about what happened to the Russian military after they pulled out of Afghanistan. I think that's the title of the book. And basically, the Russian army just got decimated after they pulled out of Afghanistan. All funding was lost. Everybody was pissing hot. It was a crime-ridden organization. We worked with them
back with all the weed and opium out of Afghanistan.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And it was horrible, and it destroyed the Russian army. And there's the very real possibility that our nation's military could head down that exact same pathway. No question, as far as I'm concerned. I think we're headed that way now. We need to audit Rob's food budget. Mhm. All right. Just because my wife likes them all thick and juicy. Look, you don't get a body like this without a.
You know what's funny? I've never heard her say that.
Right? And I bet it was a skinny Rob when you first met 20 years ago.
25 years ago.
25 years
And
ago.
yes, there was a lot less of me, but there was a lot more hair too.
He
Look,
ate
man,
that guy.
Ragnar, you may remember this. Do you remember a TV show called
Captain Caveman.
NYPD Blue? I'm gonna punch you in the dick, dude.
I do.
You remember that show?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember the detective? I think his name was Franz or something like that. The short, bald guy,
Yes.
Vietnam veteran, all
Yes.
pissy, and wore like short sleeves with a tie. When we were watching that show, and my wife's like, "Damn, that guy's hot." I'm like, "I'm in. I'm good. I am golden."
So that became your role model.
I knew what I could become.
That is exactly right. I was like, "Really? Oh, look at us. We're getting selfies done.
Oh,
Oh,
we are. We
damn, we
had
look
to.
good."
I think so.
So yeah. What else? Vincent Vargas. We got some other good stuff. Who other guests do we have coming on? Badass Beauties is coming on pretty soon. That we got to get our wives to do the show that day. I don't know squat about makeup.
I don't either.
Can they come in and demonstrate on you guys?
No,
That's too bad.
that is not happening. We're not-
That would be a good
that's
show.
actually not a bad idea. We ought to get Ragnar in one of these chairs and
Oh, yeah.
bring Little in here and let him do it. I saw what she's been doing.
Hey, my daughter's working on makeup. She's 8. She just got her first set. It looks kind of like clown paint, but hey, you got to start somewhere.
I saw her yesterday. I'm like, Little, what's up with the war paint, man? You okay? And she's like, I do my own makeup. Yes, you do, and you look perfect.
It's my daughter, and she's beautiful.
Yes, she is. Remember that all the stuff we have needs a lot of maintenance, which costs money, let alone getting new stuff. Agreed. Stack.
Is that another sailor? Is he a sailor?
No, Stack was prior service Army medical. So yeah,
Okay.
but he was
He was spoiled.
he was not. He was knees deep and balls deep in the poo. So yeah, he's not spoiled. Yeah, that man worked for his money. He was I think he was a nurse for a while, and then became a physician's assistant, I believe it is.
Yeah, but he wasn't out there eating MREs for 14 straight days.
He
for
was.
3 meals a day.
He was.
As a nurse?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. What when we first deployed, man, it was you drank your water out of a sock because you put your water bottle in a sock and to get it cool. And did you do that?
Yes, I did. I was about to say, so the first fire base I went to,
Uh-huh.
so we went to Kandahar when we landed. 3 days later, like, we're going to go to this fire base. It's just temporary, though. It's only like we stay there a night or two. We never left. So there was no showers.
Yeah.
There was no chow hall. There was
See, that's
like
why
literally nothing.
like the lower enlisted and the infantry don't like us engineers when we come on. But like the E6s, E7s, E8s are so happy to see the engineers roll in. They're like,
Oh, yeah.
come on in. What do you guys need?
Oh, yeah.
Can we get showers, laundry? Can this work? That work? Can I get a little set of stairs over here?
So
Yeah.
my crew chief borrowed a backhoe from you guys. He's like, hey, I just need it for an hour. And he dug our first latrine.
Yep.
It was awesome because I wasn't having to poop on an MRE box anymore. It was great. So yeah, everybody.
MRE
Yeah,
box.
we had to have you guys build the outhouses.
Yes.
We didn't have them when we first
Yeah.
got through. I kind of forgot about that.
Yeah.
It's weird that there's a blueprint to build a poop shitter. Or
Is
no,
there
a
really?
burn like the one where you burn out of? Yeah, there are blueprints for that
Really?
to make sure it's proper. Yeah.
We don't need to get some of those for the super secret location. That would be kind of cool, dude. We could put
Little
a
half moon out there and everything. It'd be perfect in the field.
Stack is calling you out, man. He's saying I was third ID, man. And he was. 2 MREs a day, no showers for 2 months, just like a Joe. Slept in a 5-ton truck.
But
Yep.
see, we do that for AT. It's messed up.
Well, I mean, I'm not making fun of reserves or anything. 'Cause, I
Right?
mean,
It's like, why can't we get things right?
the Reserve and National Guard, I'm convinced, was deployed more than the active duty Army. So
Yeah.
you're not going to get an argument out of me. So it's not possible without what got things that you guys do. So, and they're now doing those rotations to Europe. So they're like, in the poop. So yeah.
I know. I kind of hope we get rerouted.
Congratulations on the future daughter-in-law, Rob. Time to become a grandpa. Hey, Eric Reed, why don't you bite your damn tongue? But yes, congratulations to my son on proposing to his beautiful young lady. Congrats. I wish you a lifetime of suffering and misery like the rest of us married folks in the room. So,
My wife's listening. Don't say that.
I mean, except for
Make
the
me
One
into
Shot
that.
family who are doing great. She is not listening.
What time is it?
There is no way that girl's listening to this show.
Yeah, she is. I got another 22
Mhm.
minutes.
Did that for months, and then Cav infantry PA on 4 years on the line. So yeah, homeboy was in it. Yeah, don't you worry. He took care of people. So yeah. I just think that's funny the way that the military can waste money in new and exciting and interesting ways. So just my humble thought.
I'm with you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm amazed. I'm not surprised that you have P sitting in a locker right now, waiting to get picked.
And she's listening.
Here I am.
Hey.
Dang it, Rob.
Crystal, you looked great today. You looked very nice, and your hair was very nice. Hope you're doing great. I mean, most marriages is what I meant. Not yours, though. But yeah, she's here. Whoops. Well, I'm not used to this. Most times, my co-host doesn't have a spouse that listens to the show. This is new ground for me. I'm sorry, but yeah. What else? Who else we got? Sponsors. Our sponsors. O'Connell Law. We thank them very much.
Are we still kicking it with combat flip flops?
Sort of.
Sort of.
Sort
Okay.
of.
What about the cigars?
So I had cigars with our donor. Would have been Thursday of last week with Cigar Bandits. I had cigars with them in Castle Rock, and yes, they love the show. They're very excited. They like what we're doing. We're driving business their direction, and they're very happy. So yes, thank you very much. If you are listening and you smoke cigars, please go to cigarbandits.com, buy a stack of cigars. And tell them you heard about it on the radio show. I'll be your co-host. I don't have a wife anymore. Reed, I have been saying since the day you started listening, I would love to get you on a radio show, dude. I really would. Actually, I'm looking for all the DJs we have and all the shows we have. I would love to get someone to get on the on the station and talk about finances to veterans, because that is, as we know, one of the challenges that veterans face is managing their finances.
Yes, we talked about this, and I reached out, and that person's company would not allow him to.
I believe every word of that. I believe every word of that. They may have heard of the show before and said, hell no.
No.
So yeah, if you work in the finance industry, real estate, things like that, and you want to talk to veterans about some of the things that ways they can maximize their money and their resources, we would love to get you on the show. So yeah, or on the station for that matter. We got about 15 minutes before our guest comes on. We're gonna be talking to Dr. Gaines. What are you looking at me like that for?
Oh, I was just thinking that'd be a good like bi-weekly spot for Reed.
It
Have him
would.
call in and just spit some knowledge on finance.
I agree completely. Especially since with what he's doing now. With
He says he can only talk about mortgage loans
we're going
Interest rates and what the Fed's up to.
and different options packages that are available for
Yeah.
veterans through different lending options.
because as we know, when we have friends in the business right now that are working their way through the mortgage thing and the house buying thing, that it is tough for the veteran community, and it has changed drastically over the last few months. So yeah, Reed, I think we can put that together. I think we can definitely get you a spot on here and make some good things happen with that. So, but yeah, we'll talk it through and we'll get you on.
I read that right before you did.
Yeah. John Olp, thanks for listening. We appreciate you being here. Hey, John Olp, if you are listening and you have the ability to hang in the comment section the link to the PayPal and the link to the Venmo, we have people that would love to donate to the cause. I just don't have it in front of me right now. And if you can hang it on Facebook so people can donate, I'd really appreciate that. Did you get that video that I sent you? Did it come through? Probably not. Are we able to air it so that we can keep going and giving away stickers?
We'll go with probably not.
Probably not. Oh, well.
I'm gonna need like a week's notice on those sort of things, or at least like an hour.
So I was trying to do it. I was trying to hang it on YouTube and StreamYard, and it went from taking 40 minutes to an hour and 30 minutes in the matter of like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Those times don't.
It's not an MP4. It's in a bad format.
QuickTime.
Yeah,
It's Apple.
I know, but it's big.
Oh, it's because it's such high quality and such a great interview.
Well, okay.
So I got plenty of stickers to give away, folks. If you're listening, it's still the same one. If you're listening, September 10th, like I said, go to CrossFit Loop and cheer on Team Unleashed. If you can give me another name of one of the athletes with Team Unleashed, I will give you a Freedom Dogs Foundation sticker. I will happily mail it to you at my own cost and all that stuff. So if you want one of these Freedom Dog stickers, by all means. I just need another name. That's all I need. What did he say? Yee? I don't know. That's probably.
I don't think you spelled my name right.
Me? Probably not. I usually don't. I'll do it. Yeah. What else? What else has been going on in the veteran world lately that you've caught? You get any new veterans training at Zenith Authentic?
We do have a few guys.
That's
And
what I
you
like
know
to
what? One of them I wanted to bring on.
Why is
I
that?
got to talk to him about it. He has his own local company and good dude.
We like it. We
Figured.
like veterans. Well, I'm of the opinion that small businesses are the engine of America, and that these big
Absolutely.
if you think it through, and we had Nick Palmascano on the show probably 2 years ago, and he talked about this, and basically like, if you're a big business, if you're like one of those mega businesses in the world, your whole job is to reduce the bottom line, and the first thing that goes in the bottom line is the people. If you're a small business in America, you are literally feeding our nation and you're making it happen. So we like to highlight small businesses, especially veteran-based small businesses. So you look like you're about to say something, Ragnar. What's up?
Oh, I was going to say we got to help a veteran and a veteran-based business over the weekend.
Tell us about that.
So Project ML Gratitude.
Hey, I feel like I've heard of those people before.
You might have heard of those people before. They put 4 veterans on motorcycles on Saturday at the end of their run.
Gave him a motorcycle.
Gave them a motorcycle. And to get a motorcycle from them, you've got to have a motorcycle endorsement when you go through their nomination process and everything else. So a young man that was nominated for a bike that didn't get to get his in this round because he didn't have his motorcycle license was just presented with his certificate to go get his license.
So a veteran, Bighorn Auto, like you talked about, donated that training.
This was all through the Rough Riders.
Oh, really?
The Rough Riders donated this man's training certificate to him from a veteran-owned and operated motorcycle instruction facility.
What's the name of that facility?
T3RG.
No kidding.
Yes.
Up in the north end of Colorado, right?
Yes. So they've got 3 locations. They do their classes. So as the Rough Riders, we got the certificate. They worked with us on the cost of it to help offset some of it. And we were able to present this young man with his rider's certificate so he can go take the course at his convenience. And at the next giveaway from Project ML Gratitude, he will be awarded his Harley Davidson.
Well
That's
done.
really cool.
Well done to the Rough Riders Motorcycle Club, T3RG, and at Project ML Gratitude. Nicely done.
Yeah, it was great. This kid lit up like a Christmas tree when he got that certificate. He knew that he had a bike coming, but had to handle this. When he got that certificate, man, he was glowing. It was awesome to see and be a part of.
Well done. Nice job.
Thank you.
And a year from now, once he gets that certificate, and once he's all done with that, we'll have to get him on a ride with the Motorcycle Relief Project.
We can do that.
Yeah, we absolutely can. So I'm getting different comments on my phone that I cannot post a pic or anything like that. John Hope, you don't have to post a pic if you can copy and post a link, or just tell people, just type in the comments
Yeah, the
what
username.
Yeah, a username. I'm not
Is
giving
a
you.
username?
No, I'm not giving you a username.
I think that's what your PayPal account will be,
Oh,
like who you send money to.
oh.
And hopefully, PayPal and Venmo are all the same.
I believe they're About Face. Although Stack said that he couldn't find anything on PayPal from About Face Radio. So, but yeah.
True that.
So let's see here. What else? That should be just about all of the stuff. Danny Moore, Dr. Gaines, Allie. Yeah, I think we've hit all of our buttons. So, but yeah, nicely done. What else? Anything else interesting going on in the veteran world?
Not that I know of.
No. Anything going on in the Army Reserve world these days?
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Are you getting privates? Are you getting new soldiers?
Oh, left and right. We are
How tattooed are they now?
not very. No, I shouldn't even say that. That's just rude right there. But we are about a third over strength with more coming in.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
we
cool.
are over 200 in our company.
I don't. Okay, cool. John Olp has posted one of the links. It looks like Venmo. So yeah, if you can click on that, ladies and gentlemen, and if you feel the need to make a donation, we would be extremely grateful. Tell us about the quality of the soldiers you're getting these days, and keeping in mind that yeah, we get it.
Hit or miss.
Really?
It's tough sometimes. Yeah, some of them. It's just you almost have to be parents again and raise them, teach them how to do everything, how to stand on their own 2 feet. I'm like,
well, nothing teaches you like the different levels of hygiene across the United States, like basic training.
yeah.
I was a daily showerer. I didn't realize there are people in the world that are not daily showerers when you get to basic training. Some people are like, hey, I can go the whole week. I can go the whole week of basic training and I don't have to take a shower.
My wife has to pack a toothbrush for me.
Really? When I hunt, I don't shower. I mean, I go away for a couple days to hunt. I'm not worried about that. But man, that shower when you get back is one of the best showers on the planet. So best ever. But
and no creative problem solving.
no,
If the answer isn't just handed right to them, they just don't know what to do.
really?
So yeah, that's the hardest thing. I'm having to teach them like critical thinking and
Really?
how to creative problem solving. That's the number one thing I teach to all the troops.
Can you imagine your child coming into the United States military to learn critical thinking?
Yeah.
I can't. That's just
And I have to like sit in a circle with a bunch of people and sort of walk them through the whole thought process on how to solve this. Like,
Sense is no longer common.
yeah,
you're teaching the military decision-making process,
yeah,
MDMP.
yeah.
That's terrible.
I know. We're all about those troop leading procedures.
TLPs, baby.
We got them taped right up everywhere.
Oh my goodness. I can't imagine. It's well, I mean, that's being an NCO these days. I mean, that's literally what you do is teach them how to be adults.
Right. Oh, what am I doing tomorrow? I'm turning in the equipment with 2 18-year-old girls, maybe 19. So yeah, a lot of teaching them how to drive, how to back up a trailer, how to ratchet strap something down to a trailer.
Oh man.
I mean, that's not
So yeah,
backing up a trailer is
not.
not common knowledge.
No.
That's one of those skills that you have to learn.
Especially 19-year-old Asian girl, probably no idea. Never even seen one before.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. And they didn't join the army to be backing up trailers either. I tell you
But
what.
she became an electrician, so I don't know what she's doing here.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. Yeah, I get it.
Awesome recruiters probably told her a real good story about what she'd be doing every day.
I assure you that recruiter may have spread things a little thin.
And the engineers have really good bonuses.
Yeah.
Really good.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
think it through. If you walked into the recruiting office and be like, all right, what you're going to do is you're going to spend your day sitting around with nothing to do all day
Until they need
staring
poopers
at the
built.
walls. And at 4:45 p.m., your staff sergeant's going to walk in the room and have 6 things that need to be knocked out before you can leave. Tell me I'm wrong.
No,
That sounds about right.
And you're going to stand in line for that.
hurry up and wait.
What were we going to say?
Did we talk about the 10th Mountain Sergeant Major who made like not curfew times, but times his troops were allowed to talk to the troops?
No, tell us
He
this
said
one.
from 1900 to 05, you're not allowed to contact your troops. If you couldn't get it done from 5 to 1900, it obviously wasn't that important, or you need to learn how to manage your time.
What the hell is happening in the United States Army?
Yeah, or like the leadership was not allowed to go down and contact them.
Now, is
Like
that
they are on personal time, so let it be their personal time.
is that because like you had soldiers getting text messages at 10 p.m. that said, "Hey, by the way, you have duty tomorrow"?
Yeah, or hey, we're changing this formation by like 20 minutes. You now have to be here at this time. Oh, uniforms changed. Oh no, now you have to go take them to do this.
You know, what are your thoughts on that one?
I'll be honest.
Especially with your blue cord. Stretch your blue cord out a
There
little
was
bit.
a time when we had a sergeant major that implemented some things along those lines. So we just closed the doors and stayed late. So he didn't see. And I was on both ends of that, both the lower enlisted and the NCO side in that period. So
I would think that the NCO in most people defaults to, hey, since we're not sure and we haven't heard from Sergeant Major and it's 18:55 p.m., go ahead and cut out. Just be here at 4 a.m. and we'll sort it out between that.
No, but yeah, he said you're not allowed to contact them before 5. So nothing in the duty day was starting before 5. I think PT is now 6 at most places.
Oh, really?
They won't let you do it earlier. I almost think when I was at Hood, it was like 7.
Goodness.
And like the chow halls didn't even open until 08.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they like ran a late schedule. Like people weren't expected to be back on duty until like 9:30.
Eric Reed is the one of us that is most recently retired, and he says,
Yeah.
"I love it. Stop screwing with soldiers after work hours."
Exactly.
I mean, I somewhat agree with it because 5 to 1900, that's a long day.
yeah.
Agreed.
And if you can't figure it out in that time,
That's a 14,
you got to work on you.
That's a 14-hour day.
I mean, I agree, but I mean, stuff changes overnight. If you've got, you got guard duty, you got all these other things going
I feel
on.
like those don't come in. I feel like the 5 to 1900 for garrison duty days.
Exactly.
Like if you're
When
not
you've
in the
been
field
released,
or you're not on staff duty or you're whatever. I'm almost more.
and maybe
okay
I was
with it.
wrong. Maybe it was 2100, but it was something in the evening where you're not allowed to talk to them after that. And it was a reasonable hour.
I mean, I get it.
Well, I guess 1900 makes sense. You can have dinner with your family and everything. Have some family time with your kids.
Yeah.
At night.
Fort
Put 'em to
Hood,
For the
bed.
single soldiers that get the shaft.
Fort Hood PT is 06. Yeah, that's a good
The
point.
single
Oh.
soldiers would
That
have more
was
time to
one
get
of
to
the things
the
that pissed
local
me off
establishments.
more than
Hey.
anything, and which is one of the reasons we have such an insanely high divorce rate because the abuse of single soldiers.
You're exactly right. I had not
go
thought.
get the
okay.
stripper across the road to marry you because
At
you
least
don't want to live in the
barracks.
crappy barracks. You want to get BAH. You don't want to have to pull extra duties. You don't want to do all this stuff that is just completely unfair just because somebody's not married. But
I had not considered that. It's easy for the NCO to walk to the barracks and start knocking on doors.
It is 6:55. I think my wife is still listening. I was married the whole time I was in the military,
Me too.
somehow or another.
Yeah.
But that's why it was crap.
Yeah. I only lived in the barracks for 2 weeks when I first joined the Army. And that was just because I was overseas and waiting for the fam to get over there. So,
Me
and
too.
yeah, it was pretty miserable.
And I figured that out. I got married in between basic and my duty station.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, I learned real quick. I did my research. We didn't have Google back then, but I still did some research. The interweb wasn't up and running yet.
That's awesome. That's outstanding. What do you call it? Yeah, I know a lot of people, well, especially medic AIT. I didn't go to AIT. What are you looking for? Oh, the murder weapon?
Yes.
For you, sir.
Thank you.
I know a lot of folks that got married at medic AIT. I mean, there was a wedding every weekend.
Yeah.
You can bust out those greens and wear them every weekend if you wanted to.
This guy I was in sniper school with, he literally got married in between the beginning of sniper school and the end of sniper school he wasn't stationed at Benning. And sniper schools at Benning,
Mm.
and we only had like one weekend pass.
Yeah.
So
That means he met her Friday at 7 p.m. and married her Sunday at 5 p.m.
I'm not going to say the details. I don't remember exactly, but I do remember he met her at this fine establishment called the Firehouse. I think no.
She had a
Probably
promising
not
career.
the sub shop.
No,
Let's say she had a promising career in the fire department. That's outstanding.
Yeah,
That's good stuff. A public servant. Good
very
for
classy
him.
establishment.
I love the names of some of these places.
Yep.
We were sitting in your garage on Sunday, and I found out there's a whole nother strip club behind Shotgun Willie's.
Yes, there is.
I had no idea. I've
Oh,
been
that's
all
fa-
over.
Centerfold.
that's Fascinations, bro. That's a toy store.
No,
No. There is
That's next
another
door.
strip club
You gotta go back
behind
further.
Shotgun Willie's. It's back about a block or so. Yeah.
Oh,
they corrected us pretty quick, didn't
dang!
they? Yeah.
Your
Like,
strip club knowledge is better than mine.
I guess we know where Pipe spends his Friday evening at 7 p.m.
Hey.
Oh.
But all right, so as I look, let me find the right button here. God, I love this chair. As I look, it seems that we have a guest. So let me see if I can bring our guest on. Ugh.
Hey, when you bought this couch, did you get a warranty on the motors?
Shut up. All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Tyler Gaines.
Dr. Gang.
How the heck are you,
Hey,
Doc?
I'm doing well. And yourself?
Oh, they're working me into the ground, as you can see.
I can see. Yeah. You guys are just
almost
struggling
unfair.
over there. Yeah.
So I'm not sure how much you heard back there, but yeah, welcome to
Something
From
about-
the Ashes Radio.
Apparently, you guys are the ones that go to if I need some background knowledge in strip clubs.
Yeah, in the greater Denver metro area.
That's
So,
right.
You're welcome.
Yeah. We'll talk later. We'll talk after the show.
So, Dr. Gaines, first of all, I got to start this conversation with you sent me a picture. I hung it on social media, letting
Oh,
people
geez.
know that you're going to be on the show tonight. And I must have gotten 10 text messages from people. How do you have a fan club before you've even been on the show, guy?
Do I have a fan club? I have no idea.
You
feel
have a
bad
huge
because-
fan club.
Well, thank you to my fans out there that, I don't know you exist, but I appreciate it.
Well, and apparently they all listen to From the Ashes Radio. So welcome to the house.
It's a pleasure to be here.
So you came highly recommended from a very good friend of ours. We know him and love him as Donkey with the Rough Riders Motorcycle Club. He said, I had to have you on the show because you have changed his life.
Yes, that is for sure. He kind of limped into the office, and then, after he finished his care plan, he was just doing jumping jacks on the way out. So, very happy
I do
with.
not believe
the
that Donkey has
progress
ever in his life done a jumping jack.
Well, ask him next time. Maybe he'll do it for you.
That's the quickest way to get punched in the face, asking him.
Yeah. Oh my
saying
gosh.
saying
Yes.
that in there was kind of an overstatement. I think he kind of had to
Drag.
yes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So,
real
Dr.
good
Gaines, you are.
information.
Give us your background. What is it that you do?
So I am a chiropractor. I am from small town, Oklahoma. Went to college, Oklahoma City, which is where I met my wife. Moved to Kansas City, where I went to chiropractic school and lived there for 3 years. Graduated, moved out to Castle Rock, where I did an internship up in Westminster for about 3 months, and then busted my butt to get things going. Opened up March 2nd, 2020. And then I timed it just right because 2 weeks later, we were told it was illegal to practice. So it got shut down for a couple months. And then here we are back open, alive and well.
Are you a veteran yourself? You are not a veteran. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm correct. I'm not a veteran. I'm not.
But
a
you
veteran.
have a soft spot in your hearts for the veteran community, and you like making them feel better, is what I understand.
Oh yeah. I did not choose to go down that path with my life. So helping veterans is a way of saying thank you for those who served. I want to serve those who served because I know that they are underserved most of the time. So if there's any veterans listening right now, just know that you're appreciated here at my office.
Oh, thanks, Doc. We
Well, thank
appreciate
you.
that. Is there a
It's my pleasure.
common? Go ahead. I'm sorry. What did you say?
I said it's my pleasure.
Is there a common? I don't know how else to say it. Ailment, thing, boo boo that you see among the veteran community? hips, knees, ankles, whatever the case may be?
Yeah, so hips, low back, most common thing that I see, and that's from veterans on your feet all day, running, doing training and whatnot. Like I said, for lack of disclosing too much information about Donkey, that was his main thing. Is his low back, something had, for lack of a better term, slipped out of place. So that's pretty much what I see all the time is low back issues.
That was really loud, Pipes.
Was it me?
He
Was I
just,
loud?
he just set down his hand grenade. Sorry about that.
Okay.
What do you call it? So that being said, if hips, knees, back is the common thing, what are some of the things? Jesus, man, you crack open a beer live on air.
What? Going to share?
You didn't bring it up for the rest of the class.
And homeboy came back with one beer to the super secret location.
What?
Anyway, back to the show. What is it that veterans can be doing in the meantime? If, let's say they're waiting to get into you to kind of correct and help some of these lower back, hips, all that stuff. What can we be doing to get it right before we come see you?
Yeah, so stretching is huge, like hamstring stretch, quads, piriformis stretch, which has a muscle right in the middle of your butt. Feel free to Google it. I'm not going to explain it here on air or show you or anything like that. Stretching, exercising, make sure that you are staying active is the main thing, not sitting for too long or all day, every day. I know a lot of people sit at desks these days, especially with, post-pandemic era. A lot of people are working from home, doing like a Zoom type work or whatever. So making sure you're getting up, exercise, and that's really the main things. Yeah.
Okay. Good call. Very good call.
Yeah.
Here in the super secret location, we have a very large and very expensive looking chair that massaged parts of my body that I haven't washed in months, probably. What are your thoughts on those chairs? And most importantly, those tables that flip you upside down? What are your thoughts on those?
Oh yeah, the inversion tables. You just gotta be careful. You can't do it for too long, and you gotta make sure that your ankles and hips aren't super compromised because it can cause ankle and hip pain. But other than that, they're great. Definitely good for decompression of that disc.
Really? Okay, cool. And what about the super secret expensive chair that we have here in the super secret?
Does it make you feel good on the inside whenever you're done with it?
On the inside and in other places too.
There you go. I just love massage.
Yeah. Wait, Lysol. That's exactly right. Doc, where can if a veteran is looking to get seen by a chiropractor, and is there good ones and is there bad ones, and how do you tell the difference?
Oh boy, that's a loaded question. So
heck yeah, it is.
Yeah, so definitely. So yes, it's same with any profession, right? There's good ones, bad ones of anything.
Mm-hmm.
How can you tell the difference? I don't know, if you go to someone and he's just kind of not giving you the time of day, not really paying attention to you, not listening to you, doing what you think you need to help you better, I say that's a probably good indicator that you're in a bad one. Because that's what I deal with a lot of my patients, right? They come in, they've seen different physicians, they've seen other chiropractors, and I don't do anything like super special that I think or say, not to toot my own horn and say I'm like amazing or anything, but I sit and I listen to people. I want to see what's wrong. How can I help you feel better? And a lot of people don't get that from other providers. So I hope that answered the question for you.
It did. It absolutely did. My wife, who is an obnoxious athlete, by that I mean hyper competitive, is a huge fan of something called dry needling. Do you guys do that?
We don't do that in this office, but it is great. If you can find something,
if you think so.
Yeah. I mean, it really is good. And anything in the right circumstances is great. So there's definitely a place for it.
I have a tendency to cry when people stick needles in me. So
I'll tell you the truth.
Yeah.
I have a little bit of experience with dry needling, and me and Dr. Gaines have something in common.
What is that besides hair?
I'm pretty much a chiropractor.
You are?
I am. You know that?
I know. Well, yes, I would tell you, yes, I know you've cracked my spine once or twice.
My mom is actually a chiropractor, so I grew up with
her.
So I just say I'm kind of like a chiropractor because my mom's a chiropractor.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Where did she go to school?
Tall Asian woman, so I can walk on your lower back if it would help you.
No. But also the dry needling. I'll tell you what, I absolutely hate needles. Nobody believes me because I'm tattooed everywhere.
Everywhere?
I hate the idea of needle going in me. But the instant
he just goes, ew.
the instant relief I get from the dry needling, I like it. And
really?
Chiropractic. I do chiropractic a lot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, like I said, you've cracked my spine a few times, so unintentionally.
So where'd your mom go to school?
Logan. out in
Nice.
St. Louis.
Is that a
Nice.
question we're supposed to ask? Is that like something I should ask my chiropractor?
I was just curious.
Oh, Dana Miller says neck manipulation scares the F out of me because I've seen some things after working in a neuro ICU, but I don't want to hear it so bad. What is neck manipulation?
So manipulation is the doctor term for the adjustment, right? So she's probably thinking like where they take your neck and like crack it, and they do like, let's take your chin and turn it to an owl or whatever. So I can totally do that in my office, but I don't do that for everyone. So I utilize a prone specific, which is face down. That means prone. It's face down. It's gentle. It's safe for the whole family. I adjust babies in here, and I adjust, grandma, grandpa. Haven't had any problems with that yet. So it's really, really good. It's specific. It helps me help you better, I guess.
Okay. Hey, are you
So-
affiliated with the VA? So like if I go to see my doc at the VA, will he give me a referral to you? Is that how that works?
I'm working on it. I'm working
You're
on it. It's never an easy process with that kind of thing. So I'm working on it. But soon, hopefully within a month, it'll be finalized.
Imagine this.
It's so hard. So I don't know if you've heard, Doc, but I am currently campaigning for president. Yeah, I know it's a huge deal. Yeah, we're pretty excited about it. But I'm running on two platforms, and that is and two platforms only, and that is lane splitting for motorcycles will be legal nationwide, or worldwide if I'm the leader of the free world. And my second platform is to abolish the Department of Veterans Affairs. So,
Yeah, my vote.
just because it's so hard to work with for chiropractors. So
It's not just for chiropractors, man. It's tough. Haven't had very many good experiences, unfortunately.
Neither have we.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. My dad was an EMT, and he just has all the horror stories about trying to deliver patients to the VA.
But I need a job. You don't need a job. You have a job, Dana Miller. What are you talking about? I can't read that. Neck dissection bad. Yeah, I'll bet it is. Yeah, just the sound of a neck dissection, that sounds bad. What do you call it? Hey, Doc, so you have an entire veteran community listening to you right now around the world. If I wanted to find Dr. Gaines and I wanted to come see him, how do I come find Dr. Gaines?
You can just Google me. Give me a call. If you just want to say hi or reach out, you feel free to text me. My website is www.gaininghealthchiro.com. I'd be happy to chat with anyone or talk with anyone or see anyone if you need help and assistance. But we're right here in Castle Rock, Colorado. Or am I supposed to keep my location super secret?
Are you on the socials?
Yes. My wife, aka office manager, runs all that stuff. So Instagram is at Gaining Health Chiro, and Facebook is just the page. I think is just Gaining Health Chiropractic. It shows you how much I'm on social media.
And are you currently accepting new patients?
Absolutely. We always have time for new patients.
All right.
More people, like that's my calling in life, is to help as many people as I can. This is the best way I know how to do it, and we always have time for more people.
Are there people that are not candidates for chiropractic care?
Oh, absolutely. So you said something about a dissection earlier, people who are, so that's a stroke, right? So obviously if you're coming in and you have a stroke and I'm trying to pick up on those signs and symptoms, I'm not going to touch you. I'm going to send you to the ER. Yeah, there are plenty of people, people who have had spinal fusions, types of surgeries, and all kinds of things like that are not candidates for chiropractic.
Oh, really? Okay. All right. Good to know. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been talking with Dr. Gaines from Gaines Chiropractic Health. If you're looking for a chiropractor and you're in the South Denver metro area, he wants to talk to you. If you are a veteran, he's happy to help you out. Give him a look up. Dr. Gaines, I can't thank you enough for being a part of From the Ashes Radio on About Face Radio. Is there anything you wanted to say to the veteran community before we kick you loose?
Thank you for your service so much to everyone who's served. It truly is. It'd be an honor to serve you.
Doc, it's a pleasure to have you on the show, and I can't thank you enough. And next time you see Donkey, stick a needle in him somewhere.
I'll use the elbow. How about that?
I don't know what that means, but that sounds terrible. All right, cool. Yeah.
No, I'm just
All right,
kidding.
Doc.
Thanks
a lot
guys.
for
I appreciate you. Thanks for having me on.
Love having you on. Thanks, Doc.
Thank
Have a
you.
good night.
Oh, I pushed the wrong button. This one.
Where'd the murder weapon go?
The murder weapon? That's a good question. Where did it go?
Me, and now I don't know where it went.
All right. So Let's do this. So, did you lose it? You find it? Look, man, we can't go too far from each other. We're good. All right.
2 men, 1 cord.
Exactly. Yeah, it's gonna be the worst movie ever. Pipes.
Yo.
You ever been to the chiropractor?
Oh yeah. I'm
like-
not much of a chiropractor guy though.
No.
My wife
No.
was at his office earlier today.
Seriously.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she's actually Donkey found Dr. Gaines because of Amanda. So since she had that car accident a little bit over a year ago, she's been going through the chiropractic care, and this was the second chiropractor that she got to, and this is the one that she's stuck with, and he's done the best help for her after her accident.
Well, that's cool to hear. I like hearing stuff like that. Cool. All right. Like I said, Doc, if you're still listening, you got a fan club. So, and you got a fan in us. So,
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, it's like being the prettiest ballerina in Texas. Nobody cares. All right,
Do we got an alley?
we do. You guys ready for this?
Oh yeah.
She's fired up tonight. She's
Good.
been sharing this all around the world. So like all of her peeps are listening tonight.
All
So
60,000 TikTok followers.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's gonna be so. Yeah, you guys ready to talk about the PACT? You
What's
ready for
that?
this? She's gonna tell
I
you all
can't wait
about
to find out.
it. All right, let's bring her in.
I am intrigued.
Allie,
Hello.
welcome to the show. How's your week been?
Good. And it's 75,000. Thank you very much. No, we get 60,000. from.
I believe the kids call that a smackdown. If I remember.
Right? Last I knew was 52. Keeps climbing.
Just saying. Just saying. Yeah. And it's ridiculous. Like it's every day. I'm like, I look and I see my follower count and I'm like, it's just mind blowing to me. I mean, the fact that me of all people went viral and have that many followers and I'm just like this, just like, right? Like I don't ever take myself seriously. And the fact that you guys listen to me and I'm on this show and people will call my office and find me on Instagram and find me in Foxborough and ask me questions because you guys value my opinion and my advice. I'm never going to get used to that. That's just incredible to me.
I'd just like to come back to one quick point. And did you really say dirt to dirt?
I did say dirt. I did. That's the only way I can describe how I feel. Like, just, that's.
Folks, if you have not
Or-
found Ellie Says Nope on TikTok and the gram, you absolutely should. There's all kinds of good advice there. Most of it is smacking you around and telling you that you need to take responsibility for what it is that you do. But it is some pretty good advice. So
Yeah, I'll
And-
never lie to you. Like sometimes you guys can't get out of your own way, and that's why me and other good VSOs exist. It's like, we're not just putting band-aids on it. I want to help you get to the root of your problem. Like can I say shit? Get your shit together.
I think you can say shit.
I can say shit.
It already is now, so what the hell?
I don't know if you saw, but our page is up and running and it already has 2 likes with Rate Your VSO.
I haven't seen it. And so when that went live, I'm kind of nervous about it because I don't want it to be just like a shit on your VSO because sometimes veterans are not always right? Like sometimes veterans will shop around for a VSO until they get the answer that they like. And sometimes that answer that they like is not real life. It's not reality. It's not how things are done. So I don't want the Rate My VSO page to be just a dump on the VSOs because sometimes, and a lot of times, VSOs are overworked and underpaid, but a lot of the times VSOs are just crappy. I'm the first to tell you, if you are a crappy VSO, it's time to go. Retire, go do something else. If you don't have the best interest of your veterans at heart, if a negative claim comes back and it's denied and it doesn't bother you, you don't need to be sitting as a VSO because me personally take every claim I do personally because that's my name, that's my reputation. That's a guy in front of me who worked up the courage to come and even sit with me, and they're telling me their secrets that they haven't even told their wives, they haven't told their spouses or their best friends, and here they are sitting in front of me in tears because they're so desperate. And if that doesn't touch you, if that doesn't motivate you to do your absolute best for your veteran, you don't need to be a VSO. Go do something else. Period.
Well, hearing the word desperation is the part that really irritates the crap out of me.
Yeah. I just, especially not to say that the Vietnam guys had it worse or whatever, because it's not a competition. We all suffer our own way. Each war has its own trauma, I guess, to get through. But our generation of warfighters is different, right? It's a different world we live in. And when we came home, it was like, yay, we love you and we love the troops, and we had parades and shit. Vietnam guys didn't have that. It was, you get right back to work. So the fact that a Vietnam vet will even walk into my office and they're all the same, it always happens the same. They walk in and like, yeah, I just want to see, who you were. And I'm like, okay. And they always ask, are you a veteran? And I'm like, yes, I'm a veteran. What can I do for you? And like, well, I was in Vietnam. It's like, okay, welcome home. First words out of my freaking mouth. Welcome home. Sit down. Tell me about your time in Vietnam. And then they'll start telling stories that they've been holding on for all these years. And from that conversation, I'd be like, well, you can have this, that, and that. And did you get your welcome home bonus? And like, I didn't know I could have a welcome home bonus. So just having a conversation, just trying to build that rapport, just being a caring human being, I'm getting these veterans the benefits they should have gotten decades ago. So if you're not doing that, if you are a VSO and you're listening to my voice right now and you're not taking care of your veterans, if you don't care, if you don't have a genuine passion for your brothers and sisters in arms, you need to go find something else. Go do something else.
Well, I would put a slight personal spin on it, and I would tell you that both of my grandfathers were Korean War vets. They were both deployed to Korea. They were both injured while they were deployed.
Mhm.
One a back, and the other one I don't remember what his injury was. But neither one of them sought care through the Department of Veterans Affairs, and both of them essentially drank for their medication, and they essentially drank themselves to death.
Yeah.
There's no other way to say it. One died of
Yeah.
liver cirrhosis, and one died of I forget, emphysema after cigarette smoking and drinking himself to death, basically, when I was a kid.
That breaks my heart. I am so sorry.
It does. It does, but I mean, it kind of fuels a little bit of passion here, and it makes me want to have a radio station that has a VSO on every once in a while that likes to talk about how we can help veterans out today. And that's the important part now, is we look back on our mistakes and how can we fix them. And yeah, we can get some guy with a crazy haircut and a cowboy hat to talk about veterans affairs and veterans issues today.
I am digging the hat, though. I am digging the hat. It suits you.
Well, it didn't look great, so I had to bust out one of the hats today.
He's got general rank on that thing too. It's my favorite part.
Oh, all right.
He's like his 9-star general tonight.
Nice.
So
All right,
Allie,
boys,
I got
let's
a
get into
lot of
PACT Act.
we
Let's do
posted
it.
the picture. Yes, and people want to hear about the PACT Act. So people are excited to listen. Oh wow, she's got paperwork.
Of course. Do you not know me? Okay, so if you go to va.gov and you type in PACT Act, you're going to get this one-page, very watered down, not really answering a lot of questions, but this is just kind of the important stuff that you need to know right off the bat. And with this, if anything I say piques your interest, or you think that, oh man, I think this may pertain to me, please go on va.gov. Like, there's tons of information out there. And I know the va.gov website is not the most user friendliest, but listen, there's tons of information. They have this thing called fact sheets, and it's 1 page or 2 page, just boom, 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 what you need to know. And then if your questions aren't answered, go find a VSO, a good one. Okay. All right. So the PACT Act is a new law that expands the VA healthcare and benefits for veterans exposed to burn pits and other toxic substances. Okay. So this also
is an acronym. What does it stand for? Do you know?
PACT, something about, no, I don't. I do know, but I don't have it memorized. It's promise something. God damn it. You had to ask me that. No, it is an acronym.
That's all right. Our listeners
It is
listeners
an
are
acronym.
looking stuff up as we go. I don't know if you're seeing some of the comments. So listeners,
No,
if you
I
can figure
can't.
out what the PACT Act stands for, we'd appreciate it. But I didn't mean
You
to
can
interrupt you,
literally
Allie. I
Google it.
apologize.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I do know what it stands
Way to
for,
kill
but
her
I don't
thunder.
have it. Okay. So with that, so the VA has presumed a shitload of cancers. Okay. So if you serve in Southwest Asia and you have exposure to burn pits, and you are diagnosed with any of these cancers or illnesses, the VA will presume it is because of your deployment and exposure. Okay. So I am going to read them to you. And this applies just for Gulf War and post 9/11 veterans. Okay. I'll get to the Vietnam guys later. But listen, these are the new illnesses that the VA has presumed. They are brain cancer, glioblastoma, respiratory cancer of any type, gastrointestinal cancer of any type, head cancer of any type, lymphoma of any type, lymphatic cancer of any type, neck cancer, pancreatic cancer, reproductive cancer of any type, kidney cancer, melanoma, asthma, but you have to have been diagnosed with asthma after service, okay? Chronic rhinitis, chronic sinusitis, constrictive bronchiolitis, or obliterative bronchiolitis. Then you have emphysema. You have granulomatous disease. Ah, I don't even know what that is. Interstitial lung disease, or also called ILD. Pleuritis, pulmonary fibrosis, sarcoidosis, chronic bronchitis, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD. Okay. If you have been diagnosed with any of those things that I just mumbled my way through, and you have a deployment and you are exposed to burn pits or any other toxics downrange, the VA will presume it is because of your exposure. Okay. Go file your VA compensation claim. If you have already tried to file for these before the PACT Act was passed and you were denied, you must refile on a 0995 supplemental claim. Okay. They are going to see that, you're going to file under the PACT Act, you're going to write a 4138. They will now grant it. Okay. Because before, the VA is like, well, you can't really prove it, but the VA has done extensive research on this. And it's the same thing we did with the Vietnam guys. They took a bunch of blood, and they a bunch of veterans coming back exposed to Agent Orange, and they all had the same funky diseases. Well, what's the common denominator? Agent Orange. Okay. So for Vietnam guys, okay, these are for you. If you have been to Vietnam and you were exposed to Agent Orange, okay, the two new conditions added is MGUS, MGUS, and hypertension, so high blood pressure. Before, you couldn't file for hypertension and have it be presumed because it was Agent Orange. The VA has said, no, we see a correlation between the two. So if you have MGUS and hypertension, these are now presumed. Go file your VA claim. If you have already filed and it was canceled, 0995. You just go on va.gov and you can just put PACT Act presumptive. I love that this passed. However, and I hate to say it, the VA is not prepared. We are not we, because I don't work for the VA, but the VA is already so backlogged with just regular claims. And now this is going to open the door for thousands of veterans. And rightfully so. Go get your money. But the VA, just understand that it might process a little slower than normal because the VA is not prepared. Like, I have read nothing about them hiring new doctors, new MAs, PCPs, NPs, new raiders. I haven't read anything. So they just added a whole mess of presumptives and they're not really ready for it. Okay.
Well, I
So-
assume if they passed this act that it came with funding to go with it. So I'm
There's
assuming that
tons of funding. There's tons of funding, but I have not read anything that highlights the VA's hiring process or how the VA is going to handle this increase in claims. Maybe
So
it's out there, maybe I'm missing it, but so if you have it, I would love to read it. I have not seen anything.
Our listeners, who are awesome, a bunch of them has chimed in, including Rose Linville, Carol, Sean Mayberry, and Dave Chapman have all hung in and posted, as well as Craig, that it is the Promise to Address Comprehensive Toxins Act of 2022.
Thank
So,
you. Yes,
not
correct.
that really matters, but I appreciate you listeners. Thanks a lot for listening in, and thank you very much for helping us out. So what does all this mean, Allie? So, like, for example, probably 2 years ago, we had an EOD tech on this show, and he came on the show to talk about what a great career he has now where he blows stuff up for a living. But what the interview turned into was him talking about how He got diagnosed with cancer. The VA rated him at 100% for his cancer. They treated his cancer. And then when his cancer was done, they knocked him back down to like 10% or whatever it was.
Yep. They
Is
will
that
do
how
that.
this is going to work?
I hope not. So if the cancer is treatable, if there's like I don't want to say a cure, but if it's treatable, right? If you have like prostate cancer or whatever, and you remove the prostate and you are no longer cancerous, you are cancer free, the VA can absolutely reduce your rating. Yep, you will still be service connected for it, so you'll continue to be treated by the VA with no cost to you. But just understand that you might not stay at 100% forever.
Oh, so that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to bring you in, treat you, rate you, and then as soon as it's all clear, are all of these cancers curable?
I don't know. Pancreatic cancer, that's a tough one, right? Reproductive kidney cancer, melanoma, asthma. Asthma is treatable. It's not really curable, but it's treatable.
Yeah.
Brain cancer, that's really difficult. So I guess it depends on how aggressive the cancer is. I have zero medical background. I wish I would have listened to my mom and gone to med school after the army, because it would have done me it would have done me a solid because I read medical records all day, right? Like I didn't know this is where my life was
career in
taking
media.
me. Yeah, right. So it depends. It depends on the stage and how aggressive the cancer is. I hate that these even exist. I hate that veterans, you give the best years of your life to a country and you come home and now you got to fight melanoma. And now you got to fight brain cancer.
Woman, and yeah, I'm pretty sure that's giving me cancer, but that's not the point. Hey, so let's say that my homeboy here, my hetero life mate, One Shot, did the right thing. He came back from deployment. He retired from the military, and he went on to the burn pit registry, and he registered himself on the burn pit registry like a good little soldier that he is. And his super sexy co-host did not register for the burn pit registry. Does that mean that he is eligible for all this care and I am not?
No, the burn pit registry is kind of like the million veteran movement that they got going on. It's just so when things like this happen, the VA has a list of veterans who registered, so the VA can reach out to you and say, hey, listen, we recognize that you were, because once you register for the burn pits, like they're going to verify service, right? They're going to be like, okay, this guy was here. And if all these people who registered for the burn pit registry come up with the same funky diseases that veterans who did not deploy and were not exposed to burn pits, they don't have it, they're going to try and find the correlation. Like that's how presumptives get presumed because they want to see what the correlation is. So you should, but it's not going to help you. It's not going to increase your chances of getting compensated.
So is the burn pit registry just a waste of time?
No, it's not. Because you don't know where you're going to be 10, 20, 30, 40 years from now. You don't know what new presumptives the VA is working with or working on. So please register because you just don't know.
Glioblastoma, 5-year survival rate, very poor. John McCain had it. Think Beau Biden had similar. So one of our listeners, he and I helped to train Beau Biden before he deployed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so we knew him before. And as the listening audience knows, he died of cancer just a few short years ago, not that long ago. President Biden's son. He was a lawyer in the Army, I think it was.
I had no idea. This is the first time I heard you trained him.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he was a lawyer. He was some office jerk off. I forget what. But yeah, he died of cancer. So yeah, after returning from deployment. So, so there's just might have something to do with why this act got pushed so aggressively. So I'd like to think not, but you know what? He was a good dude lawyer. Yes, he was a good dude lawyer. Yes, exactly right. So yeah. What else? Tell me some more about the PACT Act. So what do people need to do? Should like people go stand in line at the center at the VA or what?
No. So the PACT Act, this passing also, the VA has said that they will build 31 new facilities across the country. So that's where some of the money is going.
Not when I'm president.
Right. And then when you enroll in VA healthcare, that's the 1010 EZ, because healthcare and compensation are two different legs of the VA. They are not the same. you will get an initial toxic screening, and that's like tons of questions. And then you're going to get a follow-up screening every 5 years. Veterans who are not enrolled, but they are eligible to enroll, va.gov, 1010EZ. It's really easy. It's just a couple questions. However, with that, if you have a service-connected disability, you have a rating, you do not have to disclose income when you do the 1010EZ. If you do not have a service-connected disability and are not compensated, you must disclose your income and the income of your spouse when you do the 1010EZ. So, I'm not telling you how to live your life, but if you are blessed enough to have a really good job and make a good living, and your spouse does also, you might not qualify for VA healthcare. So maybe get a service connection first and then apply for healthcare. You follow me?
Do you know who Carol Freitas is?
Yes. So Carol Freitas is the Westport, Massachusetts VSO.
Oh, well, look at her. Well, she's listening right now, and she's actually adding a lot of good comments to. Oh, and there goes the likes button.
Yes.
PACT also added new locations for exposure to Agent Orange, and she had something else up here. What was it?
So,
She had a comment.
Vietnam guys, right? So with the Vietnam War, people went to Thailand, they went to Laos, they went to Cambodia, they went to Guam. You no longer have to prove that you walked the fence line, as the VA likes to call, and were exposed to Agent Orange. With the PACT Act, the VA says if you served in Thailand, in Laos, in Guam, and Cambodia, we will acknowledge that you were exposed to Agent Orange. This is huge for Vietnam era veterans. When they deployed, they were exposed, but because they weren't boots on ground Vietnam, none of the Vietnam presumptives, none of the Agent Orange presumptives applied to them. You literally had to show that you were somehow boots on ground Vietnam. The PACT Act has changed that. If you served in any of those countries, the VA has now presumed that you were exposed to Agent Orange.
And I think you addressed this a few minutes ago. So, like, for example, like I said, my hetero life mate here, he went and he's already VA rated. He's been to the VA. He's been doing the right thing. He gets his care there. But I'm a fat, lazy slob, and I don't want to do that. I don't go to the VA for my care. You're saying that he's already all set for the PACT Act, but I should go and get myself rated beforehand. Did I hear you say that correctly?
Well, I'm not telling you how to live your life, but if you are not rated and you apply for VA healthcare, you have to disclose income.
Oh,
that's where I'll leave that. Okay. You make your own choices.
Let's say it's a cash income, onlyfans.com. And I'm sorry.
I mean, if you don't got to claim it on your taxes, then VA ain't got to know about it.
Oh, Brandon just breathed a sigh of relief. So, yeah.
I mean, don't break any laws, you guys. I do not condone breaking federal laws. That's not what I'm trying to say. That's not what I'm trying to say.
Laws are in place to be broken. Come on now.
And then what else didn't I already say? VA healthcare staff and claims processors will receive toxic exposure related education and training. The act requires research studies on mortality of veterans who served in Southwest Asia during the Gulf War, post 9/11 veteran health trends, and veteran cancer rates. And then there's a little thing that this will help the VA build a stronger, more skilled workforce. So we'll see.
Folks, I
believe
understand
that when I see it.
if you're listening to this is probably not the most exciting radio show you've ever heard in your life. I get that. However, I don't care about that part. What I care about is if you are an OIF, OEF veteran and you're listening and you can hear Allie's voice or my voice and sometimes One Shot's voice right now, you need to get yourself either checked out by the VA. You need to get your process started. Because if you were deployed, the burn pits, it applies to you now. And it's not going to matter to you now. It doesn't matter to you today because you're cancer free. 10 years from now, 20 years from now, it's going to matter to your family. You can't afford the health care.
Yeah. So today, honest to God story. This is why, I feel like the universe or God or whoever works in mysterious ways. A couple weeks ago, I went to a local restaurant. I sat at the bar with my boyfriend and we were on his Harley, so I didn't have my purse. So we're sitting there, I'm eating my French onion soup, and a bunch of guys and like 2 females walk in and they're all wearing the same shirt. And I'm like, oh, that's cute. And they look and they're veterans. And I'm like, well, not going to say anything. I just want to enjoy my French onion soup. And I'm sitting there, and one guy, he was boisterous and he's talking about the VA and he doesn't use VA services. And the other guy's like, man, you should, my PCP is great, blah, blah, blah. And he's just going on how like, oh, this is, it's trash. And, when I came home from the Gulf War, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sitting there and I'm itching. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I need to say something. And I look over my boyfriend and he's like, you're gonna, and I'm like, no, like I'm off the clock. I am off the clock. I'm going to finish my French onion soup. And then he said something and he's like, and then someone says, oh, go talk to your VSO. And he says, VSOs are trash. And I'm like, I got to say something. So I'm like, so I said, babe, do you have my cards? And he's like, I do. I was like, I need them. He's like, you're going to work, huh? I'm like, I can't help it. So I'm like, hi, you guys don't know me. My name is Sally Rodriguez. I'm the director of veteran services for the town of Foxborough. I am a VSO. Here's my card. You should definitely use the VA. So we're talking blah, 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 blah. There's a gentleman there who is fighting cancer and he was in a mask and he was going through chemo. So he had the, typical chemo look. And I was like, you deployed? He's like, I did, between Kuwait and Iraq, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, listen, here's my card. Please call me if there's anything I can do for you. Like, let me take a look at your claim. So weeks go by. He comes into my office today. And I was like, wow, you look, really good since the last time I saw you. Tell me about the cancer, blah, blah, blah. He's got a tumor here, blah, 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 blah. So guess what? Just passed a cancer because of the PACT Act, because he tried filing for it and they said no, not service connected, but he has lymphoma, and guess what is now presumptive? Lymphoma. So guess who's gonna get their freaking money? This guy. So I'm telling you, it was like meant to be, because if I would have kept my mouth shut, he would have never filed. But because I'm a nosy son of a bitch, I'm like, hey, listen, here's my card. Like, we need to talk. So I got this guy hooked up and we filed his claim today. And he's like, I can't believe this. Like, I just went in. He goes, and I wasn't even going to go out. He's like, I had just finished treatment. I was tired. I didn't feel good. But the guys, it was a small little unit that they deployed together. They said they really wanted to see me. So I went, and I was like, the universe put you at that place at that time because we were supposed to meet. Because look, lymphoma, PACT Act, he's getting his. You never know, you guys.
David Chapin says, once you register for the burn pits, you can submit for an exam immediately. PACT Act also added new locations for Agent Orange. Ali, you always have two people.
I can't help it. I cannot help it. And something like, and I'm exhausted, you guys, right? Like I tell you, like I was in Chicago a few months ago, and we're sitting there, my besties in the back seat, and we're laughing about all the stupid shit we did at Fort Sill. And my driver's like, oh, I'm a veteran too. And I'm like, oh, cool. He's like, yeah, I'm about to file my VA claim tomorrow. I jumped in this dude's front seat, and I'm like, no. Let me file for you. This is who I am. This is what I do. Here's my Instagram. Here's my TikTok. I got this guy 100%. 100%. And he's like, I'm a teacher and I Uber to make ends meet. He's like, you have literally saved my house. You have and I'm like, listen, dude, it's fine. You're welcome.
That's what I do. Yeah.
No, this is why I'm so passionate about what I do. Like, it's just, there's so many benefits out there, and you never know who you're going to meet, and you never know what's open to you, what's available to you. It's just like, I don't know, like, this is my calling, you guys. Like, I don't know.
Well, and you talked earlier about, how it's going to help service members get paid, and they'll get their VA rating, and they'll get a check in the mail. What about the cancer care and the treatment? How does that work? Does the Department of Veterans Affairs, do they administer cancer treatment, or do they send you to a cancer center? How's that work?
Both. Well, it depends on the VA facility. Like here in Boston, we have oncology, we have cancer stuff. Plus, we also work with Mass General. We work with Beth Israel. So we have some of the best hospitals in the nation, and we partner with them. I don't know about Podunk, Alabama. I don't know what their VA facility, if they have oncology, so you might be sent out to community care. But yeah, if any injury, illness is service connected, the VA owns it. They will treat you. And if they don't have the facility to treat you, they will send you out to community care on the VA's dime.
Okay, cool. Good stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like we're a little better taken care of at this point.
Yeah.
Just slightly.
So, and I hate to be the Debbie Downer. But I'm pragmatic, whatever. So, so this is law, right? Law. Yay. We're doing good. you still have to have practitioners and clinicians who care, right? And sometimes that's where the problem lies, because they go to work, they do not give a shit, and they dismiss you, and they tell you, you're exaggerating and it's not that painful. And so while this has become law, great. Can we work on getting physicians and nurses who actually give a shit about their patients? Can we work on that next?
Well, I would tell you that as we speak, the Denver VA emergency department is listening to this show as we speak. And they are a large group of nurses who really, really care about the healthcare of veterans. So they do. Yes, you get your bad ones once in a while, but I can assure you that there are some of the good ones that really do give a shit. And
yeah, absolutely. I walk into the Providence VA, the Brockton, the Jamaica Plain VA, and I just observe, and I see these nurses and the door greeters, and you can tell instantly who is there for the betterment of veterans and who's there just collect a paycheck, right? And the good clinicians, the good nurses, the good MAs, the good lab technicians, they never get recognized. It's always the crap ones. It's always the jerks who always seem to make it the front page of the paper, and the ones we talk about. So you guys, like, I cannot thank you enough. And I'm talking to the good nurses and the physicians who care. I cannot thank you enough for waking up every day and going to work and having, wearing your heart on your sleeve and listening to your patients. Because I'm telling you, if you've ever been a patient yourself and you walk in and you are dismissed, like, that shit hurts. They tell you it's in your head. It happened to me. I went in for a gynecology exam, and the guy said that the gynecologist said it is all in your head, and I'm like, it's not, though. So I went to the VA.
Gynecologists work on. I am not good at this, but I'm pretty sure that he was checking the wrong stuff.
No, I went to a civilian gynecologist, and he said, no, this is all in your head. And I'm like, oh my God, but it's not. So I went to the VA, and they gave me a gynecologist, and I sat there, and he's like, oh no, darling, this is not in your head. And I said, oh my gosh. So I just felt so much better, and we got to the root cause of everything. But anyway, that feeling, that sunken heart feeling when your doctor says that there's nothing wrong with you, but you know your body, but because you don't have a medical degree, you're telling me I don't know what's wrong. You know your body. Speak up for yourselves, you guys. You are your own best advocate, I promise. If you are not happy with an answer, if you legitimately feel that there's something wrong and nobody is listening to you, go find something else. Go find another primary care physician. Everybody has a boss. Everybody has
it all matters. All it matters is the office you happen to walk into. My hetero life mate over here, he loves the care that he gets from his primary care doctor. My primary care doctor has never put her hand on me. How do you examine a patient without touching them?
I can't.
You know what? Just in my own personal experience, most of the personnel have not been the issue. The system has been the issue.
How so? Explain that.
Meaning, if I have to go on a waiting list to make an appointment so I see somebody in 4 months, that's an issue.
Mm.
But when I show up, I have a good CP.
Mm.
I've had a good surgeon.
Mm-hmm.
And the people at the desk usually, I'm more good than bad, have been there, but they're in a crappy system dealing with it too.
It's the same thing. It's no matter of who answers the phone. They're laughing at you because of the way you hold the microphone.
No. The microphone just doesn't follow your head. So you're talking perfectly, and then it's like, what's going on? Then you're right back into it.
It's a matter of who answers the phone, because like I call my doc
Mm-hmm.
or I call the VA and I get an appointment literally the next day.
That's crazy. How do you do
The
that?
appointment sucks and she won't put her hand on me in any way. But hey, I got the appointment real quick.
Yeah,
I mean,
so-
explain that to me. If any physician or any clinician is listening, you tell me how you conduct a thorough examination without putting hands on your patient. I would love to know how. I had a veteran today, actually, who went in for a podiatry exam. He's like, they didn't even look at my feet. I'm like, how are you going to get rated for your feet when they don't even look at your feet? They didn't even, he's like, they said, stand up. And he stood up. And he's like, okay, cool. What do you mean, okay, cool? you're gonna put your hands on this guy. You're gonna, like, just, it drives me crazy. And I don't know. I would love to talk to some of these physicians. There's a VA physician that follows me on Facebook, on TikTok, SBA Better Doctor. He's fantastic. He works for the VA and he is not shy about anything the VA does. He's great. Follow him. But if you are a physician, you tell me, if you're going in for a range of motion, right? Like your back, your knee, your shoulder, and you don't use your hips, and you don't use a ganometer, how are you going to effectively and accurately diagnose the lack of range of motion to the degree, because you need that number, without using your proper tools?
We might have
Tell
talked
me.
about it after you were already off the air last week, but yeah, like I said, my doc has never put her hands on me, and I walked out of there last week with 6 new prescriptions.
See, now it's not. You guys are gonna make me say the F word. It's gonna happen.
You're on
It's
live
gonna
radio.
happen. I know. It's
Well,
gonna
actually,
happen, guys.
because that means the pipes has got to edit it out. So yeah, I'm cool.
Hey. We're already gonna get that little soundbite for next week.
It drives me crazy. Again, like, if you're not there to help, right? If you're not there to help and you're just there to collect the paycheck, like, go be a physician somewhere else. I'm sure you can make way more money in the private sector. Go do something else.
They'll go work for MEPS.
Yes. Go work for MEPS.
Show me your
Yeah,
ball, boy.
nobody gives a shit about those kids. Go work for MEPS. Yeah, I don't get it. And it's just like, just do your job. The world would be such a better place if everybody just did their damn jobs. Period.
Right. Allie, I can't thank you enough. Do you have anything else you want to say about the PACT Act before we kick you loose?
No, I don't think so. If you've already filed before and it was denied, you need to do a supplemental claim, the 0995. They will reopen your claim under the new PACT Act. So they will call you in for an exam. Make sure you have the diagnosis. Okay, you guys, you cannot self-diagnose. And this is huge with post-traumatic stress. I hear it all the time. Oh, I have post-traumatic stress. Okay, I'm sorry to hear that. Do you have a diagnosis? No. Well, then, one, how do you know you have it? Right? You need that diagnosis, you guys, and your primary care physician, they're not the ones to diagnose your post-traumatic stress. It's got to be a licensed person, psychologist, psychiatrist, okay? So please go get your diagnosis before you file. And if you are still active duty and you are listening to me right now, it is important that you go to sick call and get these things documented, because it's going to help you so much when you file your VA claim 180 days before you ETS. If you are a National Guardsman or reservist and you get hurt while you are on drill, please, for the love of all that is holy, go get yourself a line of duty letter. Make sure it is signed by your first sergeant or commander, okay? You're going to need that LOD when you file, because if it didn't happen while you were actively in service, like you were on drill weekend, the VA's be like, sorry, how do we know you didn't do this on your own time? So please do yourself a favor. Like, don't listen to the naysayers. Don't sick call ranger. Listen, these guys who make fun of you for going to sick call, they're not paying your mortgage. They're not putting food on your table. They don't give a shit when you get out of service. So please take care of yourself. Take care of your families. Go to sick call. Get that shit diagnosed. And then 180 days before you ETS, you file. That's all I got.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Allie Says Nope. Follow her on all the socials. Go to TikTok. You'll find Pillow Talk, which is by far my favorite segment.
Oh, it's so bad.
Falling asleep as she's making the videos.
I am.
Yeah. So this has been an extended Dear Allie segment. I recognize, ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening, that this is not the most exciting radio. However, if you are a service member or a veteran, this is important information for you to have. If you are an OEF, OIF veteran, go to your VA, go file yourself a claim, go fill out that EZ form that Allie talks about all the time that I should remember.
1010 easy.
1010 easy and get
for healthcare.
It's not about you, folks. It's about 20 years from now. It's about your family. It's about your kids. And yeah, that it's important stuff. So Allie, thank you for taking the extra time out tonight for the extended session of Dear Allie.
Anything for you boys. I appreciate you. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for being a part of the show.
Thanks,
Of course.
Allie.
Bye,
Good
guys.
night, Allie.
Bye.
Bye.
You're gonna have to remove her from the stream, I think.
Am I?
Well, maybe.
Maybe. Are you
I don't
sure?
know.
Hey,
No.
One Shot, would you remove her from the screen?
I don't know how to do that.
You already did it.
How do I do it?
You're really, really good at what you do.
Damn talented.
Telepathy. What is that? ESPN.
ESPN.
Telepathy.
ESPN, right?
The Ocho.
Yeah.
Telepathy, isn't that a fish?
I don't know.
That's tilapia.
Tilapia.
I never get those right. Hey, ladies and gents, if you're listening to the show, next week is Labor Day. We are not having a show. We are not on air. We need to give Brandon a night off because we work him to the ground. If you see him right now, he's exhausted. So there will not be a show on Labor Day.
He just looked like that.
He just always looks like that. That is
My brother did call me Coma growing
that
up.
is the perpetual staff sergeant look if I've ever seen it in my life.
So an extra day of turkey hunting.
Yes, exactly right. You're exactly right. So we are not. You may remember we used to do something called Tribute to the Troops. We've been talking it back and forth. We're going to change the name of that. We're going to call it Never Forgotten. Long story short, if you have someone in your life that a service member who has passed recently, we don't want their names to ever be forgotten. One Shot was good enough to share his story with us last week. We want to remember the people that are important in your life that are no longer with us. If you have a name that you'd like to give up, that you'd like to be remembered, it doesn't have to be recent. If you had a grandfather, you had an uncle that served, something like that, we want those names. Send them our way. Send an email to fromtheashesradio@gmail.com. And we will put together a little something for them, and we will make sure that they are absolutely remembered. So, yeah. What are you looking at me like that for? So for those that don't know, one of my favorite articles, well, actually One Shot's favorite articles of clothing is my shorts collection.
Today's are absolutely the best.
They are. They're from Zero Foxtrot. My favorite pair. I like the Ranger panties. They're comfy.
You definitely skyrocketed in Canon's like friend rankings today.
So the first time I got issued to them to me was I was going to the Special Operations Medic course, and you have to wear them underneath your uniform because 1 second you're the casualty and the next second you're the medic guy. So you're constantly taking your uniform off, and you better have shorts underneath, otherwise everybody else. Shrinkage is a real thing. So, and it's never warm where you're training. So, but yeah, I love these freaking shorts. They're super comfy.
So you're saying you're a grower and not a shower.
I am definitely a grower.
I thought it was going to be an Indian, not an Audi.
It was that once or twice too. Yeah. So yeah, my favorite pair of shorts. My wife loves them as well. You know, we wear them for the ladies in our lives, not for ourselves. But yeah, so I ordered a bunch of shorts from this company, Zero Foxtrot.
Yes,
who
I like them.
I like a lot.
A lot.
Yes. We have stickers everywhere, don't we? Actually, I'll give away a sticker if somebody wants one. If you pipe up right now, I'll send you a Zero Foxtrot sticker because we like them. But one of the things I like about this company, so I get all my shorts in, I get my sticker, life is good, but they include a postcard with a "Don't forget this soldier."
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought that was super cool of them. So we're on the same page there. So Zero Foxtrot, we're fans. I like what you did. So the card that I got, let's see, Leslie Bull Allen, 11/09/1916 to May 11th, 1982. 2nd Australian Imperial Force, military medals, and the U.S. Silver Star. So dude's Australian Army and earned a U.S. Silver Star. What were you going to say, Pipes?
I was going to make an emu joke, but I figured it'd be in bad taste after all that.
We have listeners from Australia who actually send me messages and whatnot, and I always bring. Didn't you guys lose a board of birds?
The great emu.
Anyway, let's talk. So, hey, Gary, sorry about that, brother. Leslie Bull Allen. Leslie Bull Allen, at 21, volunteered for service with the 2nd Australian Imperial Force in 1940. Posted as reinforcement to the 2-5 Australian Infantry Battalion and the 17th Brigade. Allen joined the battalion in Palestine. Really? That does say Palestine. And became a stretcher bearer in Don Company. He joined the army and became a stretcher bearer? He joined the army in Palestine?
You're reading the card, not us.
Yeah, no kidding.
That was post World War II, pre
1940.
Vietnam.
1940.
1940.
Pre
Oh,
World War
40. Oh, yeah, there was a lot going on in the Middle East.
II. Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't there always?
Isn't there always?
Yeah,
Yeah,
good
isn't
point.
that
My
our
grandfather
nation's
got
def-
that campaign ribbon for the Middle East from
Oh,
World
yeah?
War II. Yeah. He's got Africa, Middle East, and Europe. Guy was all over the place.
Good
Yeah.
lord.
Yeah.
Our grandparents were such bigger badasses than we were.
Mm-hmm.
You ever hoist a Tommy gun?
No.
I know you have.
Yes, I have.
Can you imagine lugging that thing all over Africa and Europe?
Just look at the weight of an M1 Grand.
Yeah.
compared
that's
to
what
an
I was
AR.
thinking of.
Yeah. That's crazy. Those things are our grandparents were
Crazy.
such badasses. Shut your mouth.
That'll be in our drop soon, too.
In the
You're crazy.
in the Middle East, including Libya and Syria, he would not only earn his nickname of Bull, but also gain a reputation as being cool under fire. Allen gained a reputation for having courage under fire. He carried many of his wounded comrades from the field of battle while enduring heavy enemy fire. In January of 1943, while involved in defensive operations in WAU, W-A-U, I don't know what that is or where that is, Allen was recognized for his brave work as a stretcher bearer. After carrying out many of his fellow soldiers under intense Japanese fire, he was awarded the Military Medal. By July 30th of 1943, Bull Allen would be alongside the United States soldiers on Mount Tambu as part of his Wow Samulia campaign. In the course of the battle, Allen went forward and carried to safety no less than 12 American servicemen for his heroism at Mount Tabu. He would later receive his second gallantry award, the United States Silver Star. That's kind of impressive. What?
Yeah.
No, that's really impressive.
Isn't it?
And you made it through all that. Mount Tabu and everything with a straight face.
I practiced on the car ride over. But yeah, so yeah. Zero Foxtrot, well done to you for including that in packages that you send out. We like it a lot. Yeah. Greg Stackwicks, thanks for listening tonight. We really appreciate it. It was a great show. No, thank you. All right, real quick.
I can't believe you think we're boring.
Well, not we.
That's what I learned tonight.
Not we.
That you think I'm
You.
boring. That we're all boring.
Well,
Kind of rude.
now I'm going to start with Ragnar since you said it quite like that. Ragnar, what'd you learn tonight?
I learned that with that new PACT Act, even folks like my dad who were in Vietnam and weren't boots on ground might be able to go back and look at some additional things through all of his stuff with the VA.
Is he still around and kicking?
Yes, he is. He's out on the left coast.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yes, it is.
But left coast. Don't lean too far. Well, yeah, man. Sounds like he's got some stuff coming his way. So yeah, you should definitely send him a copy of this radio show.
I think I'm going to.
Cool. Very cool. All right. Now, pipes.
Palestine was a British colony.
Was it?
Yeah, that's what EJ just messaged me.
Really?
Oh,
What are you
yeah.
doing talking to EJ?
He's a smart guy. He keeps me informed.
Wasn't he an officer? He's like a lieutenant or
Probably.
something.
He seems like he should be an officer,
Doesn't
but I
he?
think he was a grunt. I think he was a tech sergeant.
Well, he was Air Force, so it's as close as you can get to being an officer.
Right. Yeah.
EJ, thanks for being a part of the show, man. We're going to have you on here pretty soon here. All right. What did you learn there, Pipes?
They think our show's boring.
Not our show.
Okay.
Just you.
Just when I talk. No, and that's about it. And I got two of these presumptives, so that's kind of awesome from the PACT Act.
Cough. Sounds like somebody's got
Yeah.
asthma.
It's
That's
one
what
that
I'm hearing.
they gave me the asthma just so they give me an inhaler, but it's where my throat tightens up and everything. And like whatever came like 2 after the asthma is what they said.
2 after the asthma.
Yeah, on the PACT Act when she was reading them all off.
I believe that was vaginal cancer, wasn't it?
Oh, you know it. It's got a little sandy over
You
there.
would be worried about that.
Heck yeah, man. I worry about my boy Pipes. Boy. All right. One shot. What'd you learn tonight?
I should be a good veteran co-host and say something about learning about the PACT Act, but instead I learned this amazing term. It's called the left coast. That's awesome.
That's good stuff, man. I love it. The most important thing that I learned tonight, I don't need chiropractic care. I just need that sweet, sweet chair we got here in the super secret location.
It's pretty amazing.
Dude, it touched me in places that I haven't been touched since the start of my marriage.
Yeah. It was a
Places I haven't washed in years.
a gift to myself when we bought the house, and I love it.
I'm going to gift myself one of them. I'm not even going to bother. I have a friend that has one. Why would I bother to
Right?
go buy one myself? So too bad it's a long ride out here to the super secret
That's the thing.
location.
Yeah, you're gonna want one more often. Yeah.
Well, I hunt at the super secret location, so I'm good, man. I come out here all fall. So whatever.
I might have to
But-
join you once in a while.
Yeah, exactly. Well, take your shoes off, boy. You're going to love it. But hey, ladies and gentlemen, if you have been listening, I can't thank you enough for being a part of From the Ashes Radio tonight. This show is going to be hung on Anchor FM. It'll be available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and what's the other one? Oh, iHeart. It'll be on iHeart tomorrow morning after it's all edited and all the F-bombs are dropped out and all that cool stuff. If you've been listening to the show, I can't thank you enough for being a part of From the Ashes Radio. We are off next week, but we will be back second week of September. I have no idea who the guest is. I'm going to leave that up to you. And yeah, we will see you second week of September. Thanks a lot for listening, folks.
See ya.
Good night.